Hello, my beautiful ladies and gentlemen, it's your fruitiness, Mr. Jerry McBarry here, and yes, I did change my channel name again, and that's just because I thought it was a more unique name as compared to Jerry Boy, and plus, it's more fun to say in my opinion. Anyway, I didn't make this video to bore you about the name choice for my channel, no. Instead, I figured I would make a small series on my channel telling you about some stories from my past. Some funny moments, embarrassing times, and interesting aspects of my life. For this first video, I'm going to tell you probably the most embarrassing thing that's ever happened in my life. And Bryce, I know you're going to watch this video, but I think it's our junior prom. And no, it's not our junior prom. It'll be a topic for another video that you can watch later, if it even is up when you're here. I don't know if I'm actually going to make that video in the near future, but it could happen. So if it does, great. Anyway, there's also going to be some random gameplay footage here to see who has something else to look at other than my face. So you're welcome. And if you want me to do like these story type videos with my face rather than gameplay, then just let me know in the comments below and I'll go ahead and do that. But anyway, let's get on to the story. Now this story takes place during high school, where almost all embarrassing moments happen. Am I right? More specifically, this happened during my sophomore year. Now where I went to school, all the freshmen still went to junior high, so the young ones in the high school were the sophomores. So I was already in a vulnerable position from the start, but I had to go ahead and make it worse for myself. Now before I get into the moment itself, I think it's worth mentioning how the class periods at my school worked. We had 8 hour and a half classes we went to, and it was split up into A and B days. So periods 1 through 4 were on A day, and periods 5 through 8 were on B day. This particular moment happened during 8th period on my B day. Now, when I was a sophomore, I had football workouts every single morning, so I was usually pretty tired afterwards as a direct result. My 8th period on my B days was seminary, which if you don't know what that is, it's basically just religion classes for Mormon kids. Now, let me get this out of the way. I love seminary, and I would always look forward to going to that class. Well, at least when the class wasn't boring. Some seminary teachers had a way of making the gospel really fun and engaging to learn, which is great for an ADD student like myself. However, my seminary teacher for my second semester of my sophomore year didn't do this very well. First off, he was a student teacher, and we all know that for any subject, student teachers can either be a hit or a miss. This guy was a miss. I'm not going to say his name, but he had the most monotone voice ever, and he always taught using PowerPoint. Not a great combo there, bud. In fact, the only time his class was ever engaging is when his wife would come assist him, because she was actually really fun when she showed up. Also, he had a dog that he brought to class every so often. I'm not exactly sure how they allowed that, though. But that dog was really cute, I'll say that. Now, like I mentioned, I would often get pretty tired after my football workouts, but by the end of the day, I would generally be pretty awake again. However, when I got to seminary, all of that tiredness would come back really hard because this guy was just not interesting to listen to at all. And you know what? I was really tired on this particular day. I was sitting basically in the smack dab middle of the room, so it was really easy to see me, and as brother not very interesting voice guy was teaching, I fell asleep. Big shocker, I know. Now everyone knows that high school students usually fall asleep with your head resting on your arms like a pillow on the desk. I did not fall asleep like this on this fateful day. No, of course not. I fell asleep sitting up with my head hanging over the desk. I'm not sure how long I was asleep, but I'm pretty sure it wasn't any longer than about 15 minutes. And when I woke up, Brother Monitor was still teaching, and so I figured I probably got lucky and no one noticed I was asleep. All that faded away the moment I looked around the room to see about 3 to 4 people looking at me. I thought at first it was because I was sleeping, but when I looked at my desk, I realized what the truth was. And the truth was a 1.5 inch in diameter size puddle of drool just sitting smack dab in the middle of my desk. Now bear in mind, I fell asleep sitting up, so the drool dribbled out of my mouth and fell about 1 foot to 1.5 feet to the desk. Now the worst part of this whole thing is that I've been drinking blue Gatorade all day because of the workout I had that morning, so the drool was also colored baby blue. So now not only was I sleeping in the most awkward position ever while you're sitting up, but I also looked like an alien because my spit was blue, and that is probably one of the most, if not the most, embarrassing moment in my entire life. If you enjoyed this video, then be sure to let me know by liking this video and comment down below some other things you'd like me to talk about or videos you'd like to see. Anyway, thanks again for watching, and I hope to see you all in the future. Farewell, everyone.